my name is Antonia. Welcome back to a brand new YouTube video from me. Today I'm showing you one of my favorite speed builds I've ever made on this channel. As you know, I really love Fairycore and everything magical, and this week's shop update is just amazing. Not only this outfit, I mean look at these wings, they're so beautiful. And this house, I think it's so pretty. I decided to build it in two different versions. So the one you see behind me is the first version, and in this video I also show you the second version, another idea for how you can build it. The first one is here on the peaceful meadow, where I also made my whole Fairycore island, and if you want to see that again, I will link this video at the end so you can check it out. And then I decided to do a second version in Mythopia, and I saw it on Instagram. I think Rosalie Bella did it in Mythopia, and it was so inspiring for me. And yes, but let's not talk too much, let's get right into the video. So we're starting on the floating island, the peaceful meadow, and here it was super important to me that it's not like the typical fairy pink green style, that I have a different style here, because I think this house is from the male friend from Tinkerbell. I don't know his name, but that's why I wanted to have more a rustic style. I don't know. But yes, I love it how it turned out. But yes, on the left side I placed two bars, and in the front a little seating area where the people can have a seat, drink their fairy drinks, and yes. By the way, I think the name of this male friend was Terrence. And he always helped the fairies to fly, and that's why I thought it was super cool to do or that in this barrels there's the fairy dust, and this is also the reason why the fairies can fly, and I thought it would be cool or nice to mix that idea. And yes, I used the color palette of orange, green and brown. I felt the colors were not boring, but always in a similar style, if you know what I mean. So every single time when I'm building fairy stuff, I always use those color palettes of green and pink, and that's why I want to change it and want to show you or something new. So as you can see here, I'm now working on the front part of the whole area. Like I said, I also placed a small stand on the right side with some pumpkins, and of course all the Fairycore things we got from the start path. And I also placed this arch at the front, which you will see in a moment, but in the end I changed it and placed it over the flower beds. And yes. Here I started to make the flower beds a bit prettier, and I added these little daisies on the ground. I really love them. I hope we get more of these colors one day, maybe with the different shapes and colors. That would be super nice. But yes, anyway, then I continued working. I made the flower beds, and then I added some more things bushes, little flag, and other small plants around it. And I also placed the dandelions from from A Bug's Life, and as I said at the beginning, and I think they look super cool, especially with the new floating boat we got, and I think the colors white and green go so well together. And yes, then I added little walls in front of the house, and placed in the bag lots of trees, and later I changed them. The green trees were removed, and I replaced them with the orange trees from the bind. But yes. And like I said, I added like the arch here, and then I make also like a path with pebbles and little stones, and I think it turned out really nice. And I also like used the barrels again and tried out a few things with them. And at the end I also like used the Touch of Magic stones from Rosalie, which are already placed all over the island, and I think they fit really well here too. And I also like added some bubbles together with the pretty flowers we got from Tiana. And I also like added like little things like bushes and small lamps again. And I placed also like sunflowers all around, which I think are super pretty too. But yes, that's it actually for the first version. And yes. So now we're already at the second version of the speedballs. Like I said, I got inspired by Rosalie Bella. I saw her post yesterday and I thought, oh my god, this fits so perfectly here, and I would like to make my own little version of it. I think maybe I will delete it later because I think it looks a bit better on my island for me personally. But I wanted like to show you that you also, or that it also works well in this spot. And yes, I think the water from the mill looks super nice here too. I think it fits really well here with this area. But yes, first of all, I started placing like a few trees in the background, and of course I also like work on the path. I had a bit of trouble choosing the path color. I wasn't sure, should I use like the dark mud, the light brown dirt, or the pebble path. And in the end I chose the pebble path, but you will see it at the very end. And I also like placed many bushes and trees again. And here I used my typical color palette like soft pink, yellow and green. I love this Fairycore mix so much. And I also like used some of the new items, so the new lamps we got. And I started like building the path right away, and before that I also like used a little small bridge, here you can see. And I used the Touch of Magic rug from Cress. I also link her in the description, and I think it matches like so much here. And yes, so big thanks again to Rosalie Bella and also Cress. I used this carpet, and I also like changed the color palette so it fits better with the area and doesn't look too dark. And yes, then I used like my typical Fairycore items again, and I decorated everything with lots of details. Of course, I added like mini mushrooms too. I also like thought about placing tea cups and here, but I felt like it was too much look-alike like the same building I did in Alice in Wonderland, and that's why I didn't use them, and only like the Fairycore style. And yes. At the end, I just added some bushes again. I think this little flowers under the stones looks also super cute, and of course I added like little lamps everywhere so it looks nice at night when they light up. And yes, that's pretty much it for now. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you want to see like more videos like this where I make 2 versions of a house, let me know in the comments. I would really love to hear what you think. But yes, that's it actually for now. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. And if you don't want to miss anything, just subscribe to this channel. I hope you have a wonderful day and hope to see you next time. Bye bye!